Welcome back to the Voice of Students.
Powered by Onata, local part-time jobs. Thanks everyone for all your insight on studying abroad. After hearing about these unique experiences, I want you to see a short clip on mission trips, a very different way to experience the world, where the speaker very impactfully tells about how volunteering around the world does not change the world, but it changes you.
Which one of you guys, or all of you, who has participated in a mission trip?
That would be me.
So, when going through the process, what was it like? How did you initially sign up? How did you get all your information? And where did you learn about everything? Since it wasn't through a university, what was your push?
Right. So it wasn't through like a university. Like I said, it was my summer going into senior year. What I did was that me and my parents, we did a lot of research in it, and we found this. It was through one of my father's close friends. His son did a trip similar to it, and it sounded like a great experience. And when I talked about it with my parents, we all thought it was a great idea. And we had research into it. We looked at what like possible locations I could go to, and really what I thought about was that I want to go to a place that I would never normally end up going, where like Europe or like the Caribbean or like South America. These were other like options. Like there was a trip to like I think it was Ecuador, and I just thought that I could possibly like go there with like a family or go like do a trip to Ecuador, but I never thought that like I would ever like go to Nepal. And I thought that it's such a like a unique experience where that I want to get that unique experience. I want to go somewhere where not a lot of high schoolers would go and really just get that like insightful experience.
How likely would you be to go on another mission trip? Would you want to?
Right now, I don't think I'm in a place where I would jump to doing it again, but down the road, 5-10 years, like I would definitely have to like look at it, and I think that there's a high possibility that I could go on another one.
I know that my daughter Juhi, she went to Cuba for a volunteering experience, and it was wonderful. Do you think both of you would like to go for a volunteering trip?
Oh yeah, for sure. And like you said, I'd love to go somewhere where I would not just go there without any other like particular reason. Like Europe, I'll definitely end up going there at some point in my life. But like you said, Nepal or like more destinations that are not really as touristy, not as popular, definitely a great way to go there and to explore and to get involved in the culture.
Take the road less traveled.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too, Kylie. And that was a good way to sum it up, a non like touristy location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. How did you fund your trip?
For me, it was a dual funding program where my parents and we had to put aside a certain amount of money just for us for the plane ticket and for the basic needs of the trip. But also I had to raise a certain amount of funds for myself where because the Global Roots, the trip that like the organization that helped like organize the trip, they wanted it to be like a building experience for like the students, and they thought that like raising money and raising funds was an important part about that. So I before the trip, a couple months before it, I had to go around my family and friends and discuss what I was planning to do, and basically ask for like their charity to help support this cause where we would go and to this village and help rebuild this school. Okay. And yeah.
For us, it was pretty much just like paying for college. You apply for student loans, you apply for scholarship, and luckily for us, Rutgers really encourages us to do that because not that many students take that opportunity. Many students just like prefer to stick in the comfort zone and just like stay on the same campus for like 4 years. So Rutgers definitely offers you way more scholarships if you're planning to study abroad, and the longer you do it, more chances of you getting more money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know personally, I had to. I had been saving up, my parents had been pushing me to save up a travel fund since I was like 10.
That's nice.
Yeah, they wanted me to go to Australia. I'll probably get there at some point. But,
okay.
But yeah, so I had to, working over the summer and in high school senior year, a lot of that money went towards going to France.
Okay. My daughter went to London, where she worked there and studied at the same time.
Work study program?
Work study program. So she went for the work study program.
Yeah.
So it was interesting too. Okay. Tell me one experience that you all would like to share. What have you learned from this study abroad trip?
I definitely learned I really got humbled, and I learned don't be privileged and don't take things for granted. That was the number one thing I took away, where when I was engulfed in this Nepalese society, like they didn't have iPhones, they were lucky to have running water, lucky to have electricity, and so like today, like in my high school, like a ton of people are like too obsessed about like friend groups and cliques and like Instagram likes, and like at the end of the day, you have to take a step back and just look at it and realize that be happy for what you have. When you go across the world and look to Nepal, I was there for like 5 weeks, and I saw that a lot of people like don't have the basic needs and are looking from meal to meal and don't know where it's coming from, and really it's just so humbling to see that, and it was very insightful.
I definitely feel the same way, because like for me, I don't know why, but traveling is just going to a certain place, so it's like very popular, taking a picture there, posting on Instagram, and it's like a check mark, I can go to another place. But I feel like it should be much bigger than that, when you can just walk around the city, like forget about your phone for a while, and just like immerse yourself with the culture, maybe even get lost in the city. I mean, I would do it like at least twice while I was there, when I would just like put my phone away and just walk around the streets and look for like a little adventure.
Yeah, for me, going to France helped me realize how important it is for me, like that diversity of culture, not like one homogenizing thing. Because in America, a lot of times we only focus about America, and everything we see or hear is American. But like there's so much more than that, and it's like important to me that I get to experience as much of it as possible. All the different types of people and ways of living and things like that as I can.
I really think it was stepping out of my comfort zone, because usually in life I'm around people that are very outgoing and have very similar personalities to me. Not by choice, that's just because who I gravitate towards. And in life you gravitate towards people that have similar personalities and similar interests and hobbies. But when you're on a trip and there's 11 people and you may not meet with their personality, you might not have anything in common with them, but if you want to survive and you want to have a good experience, you will figure out what relates between the two of you. You'll figure out common interests. You'll have those experiences. And there were people on the trip that I was able to, walk around with for 3 or 4 hours and eat lunch with, and, understand who they were as people, and just, we bonded and we're still friends. We may not have the same interests, the same background, but we still talk and we formed those friendships, and it was a new opportunity.
That's wonderful. That brings us to the end of Voice of Students segment. Thanks so much, Brett, Val, and Aaron, for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're signing off, and we will be back with you next time. Until then, thank you all for watching VOS, powered by Onata, local part-time jobs.
Voice of Students, powered by Onata, local part-time jobs.